Hello. In this video, I want to show how we can write down a fraction in the lowest term. Let's write 10 over 15 in its lowest term. In order to do that, you need to prime factor each of the denominators and numerators that you have. Here, the numerator is 10 and the denominator is 15. If we prime factor it with the method that we learned, we are going to write down 2 times 5 uh, instead of our 10 and 3 times 5 instead of our 15. Now that we wrote this as a prime factored form, we know that when we have a fraction, you can divide or multiply top and bottom by a number without changing the fraction, meaning that I can divide the top by 5 and divide the bottom by 5 without changing my fraction. When I divide this number by 5, this 5 cancels because 5 divided by 5 will be 1, so I can just cross it out and write down 1 here. And if I divide this number by 5, the 5 will be canceled. It means 5 divided by 5 will be 1. So our end result will be 2 times 1 over 3 times 1, which is equal to 2 over 3. Another way of looking at it is that when you prime factor your numbers, you can just cross out the common numbers that you will see on top and bottom. You need to pay attention to one of the most important facts in simplifying the fractions in its lower term. You need to cross out the top and bottom when there is division here and there are multiplication here. So we never are going to cross out the common factors when there is addition here or a subtraction here, or vice versa, a subtraction here and an addition here. We cannot do that unless we have multiplication and multiplication here, then we can cross cancel. Now that we know this, we can start writing each of these fractions in its lower term. For example, 15 over 45. How can I write it down in reduced form? One way is to look at this as 15, and 45 is 3 times 15. So this is 15. We really don't need to prime factor it because I know that 3 times 15 will give me 45, and now we'll have these two common numbers that I can simply cross them out, and this 1 is left. From here, 3 is left, and we are done. So we really don't need to prime factor the top and bottom. As long as we can find a relationship between the numerator and denominator, some common factors that we can cross out, we will be fine. So let's prime factor 150 over 200. How do I do that? So one way is to break this down as 3 times 50 and this one as 4 times 50, and look at these two common factors. What can I do with that? I can just cross them out, and 3 over 4 will be my answer.